Meaning of a person's life when his D1 chart has a Scorpio rising ascendant while his D9 has Sagittarius rising. When a person has Scorpio rising in the D1 chart and Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart, their life is shaped by a strong interplay between depth, transformation, and the search for higher truth and wisdom. The Scorpio ascendant, D1, points to a life filled with emotional intensity, power, and significant transformation, while the Sagittarius ascendant, D9, emphasizes spiritual growth, expansion, and an adventurous pursuit of knowledge, particularly in marriage and spiritual development. Personal identity and approach to life. Scorpio rising in the D1 chart, Rashi, Lanya. As a Scorpio rising, the person tends to experience life with great emotional depth and intensity. They are ruled by Mars and have a natural inclination toward personal power, control, and transformation. Scorpio rising individuals often navigate life through phases of change and are drawn to uncovering hidden truths or engaging in situations that require them to confront deeper emotional or psychological dynamics. They are typically secretive, resilient, and strategic, and their personal identity is shaped by their ability to transform through crisis and adversity. Scorpio risings are fearless in the face of challenges and often find themselves drawn to situations where emotional growth and personal evolution are inevitable. They have an intense aura, which can make their life feel intense and dramatic, often requiring them to go through deep personal transformations. Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart, navamsa. In contrast, Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart reflects a broader, more philosophical approach to marriage and spirituality. Ruled by Jupiter, Sagittarius emphasizes freedom, exploration, and an optimistic view of life. In the navamsa chart, which governs the deeper aspects of marriage and spiritual growth, Sagittarius rising suggests that the person's long-term life goal will involve seeking wisdom, expanding their understanding of the world, and embracing a more positive and open-minded perspective. Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart often implies a desire to seek higher knowledge, both in personal relationships and spiritual life, where the individual will focus on the bigger picture and long-term growth rather than getting caught in the minutiae of daily conflicts or emotions. Relationships and marriage. Scorpio rising in relationships, D1. In relationships, Scorpio rising individuals are passionate, loyal, and intense. They seek deep emotional connections and often expect their partners to share in their emotional depth. Scorpio's natural tendency toward emotional control and the need for privacy can sometimes lead to challenges, especially if their partner is not as comfortable with vulnerability or deep emotional exchanges. There can be possessiveness or a desire to control within relationships, which must be navigated carefully. Their relationships often have a transformative quality, where both partners experience significant growth through the bond. Scorpio rising natives expect emotional honesty and loyalty from their partners, and betrayal or dishonesty can trigger intense emotional responses. Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart, navamsa. Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart reflects a more philosophical, free-spirited approach to marriage and partnerships. This individual seeks a partner who shares their desire for exploration, wisdom, and growth. Marriage for this person will likely involve a journey of discovery, where both partners are encouraged to explore new ideas, experiences, and perhaps even travel together. The individual values freedom and will not do well in a relationship that feels restrictive or overly controlling. In contrast to the emotional intensity of Scorpio in the D1 chart, Sagittarius in the D9 chart suggests that as they mature, they will strive to create a partnership that allows for mutual growth and intellectual stimulation. There will be a strong emphasis on shared ideals, philosophies, and an open-minded approach to life together. Career and life purpose. Career path with Scorpio rising, D1. With Scorpio rising, the individual is naturally drawn to careers that involve power dynamics, research, or uncovering hidden truths. They excel in fields that require emotional resilience, strategic thinking, and the ability to handle high-pressure situations. Potential careers may include psychology, investigative work, finance, or roles that involve crisis management. The Scorpio ascendant gives them the determination and focus to succeed in challenging environments and to rise through difficult circumstances. Scorpio risings are often driven by a desire for control and mastery, and their career path may reflect phases of transformation or reinvention. They thrive in roles where they can take charge and are often seen as individuals who can bring profound change to their organizations or communities. Sagittarius rising influence in career, D9 chart. Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart suggests that the later stages of their life or their long-term goals may involve careers or personal pursuits that emphasize growth, expansion, and higher learning. They may be drawn to teaching, philosophy, publishing, or roles that allow them to share their knowledge with others. Sagittarius rising encourages a career or life purpose focused on exploring the world, seeking truth, and expanding one's horizons. As they mature, this individual may seek out more freedom in their career, moving toward roles that allow them to travel, learn, and teach. They may also feel called to leadership roles where they can inspire others with their optimism and vision for the future. Spiritual growth. Scorpio rising spirituality, D1. Scorpio rising individuals are naturally drawn to spiritual paths that involve deep personal transformation, emotional healing, and facing life's mysteries head-on. They are often interested in occult knowledge, psychology, and spiritual practices that help them understand the deeper aspects of life and death. Scorpio's connection to the 8th house suggests that their spiritual journey will involve periods of intense growth, often sparked by crises or major life changes. Scorpio risings are not afraid to confront their fears or dive into the unknown in search of spiritual enlightenment. They are drawn to practices that require inner strength and resilience, such as deep meditation, shamanism, or transformative healing practices. Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart, navamsa. Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart brings a more expansive, optimistic approach to spirituality. While Scorpio rising may focus on the inner journey and transformation, Sagittarius rising seeks to explore the broader meaning of life through philosophy, travel, and higher learning. Their spiritual growth is connected to the pursuit of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding the universal truths that bind all of existence. As they grow spiritually, they will be drawn to teachers, gurus, or philosophies that encourage exploration and personal freedom. Sagittarius rising encourages them to remain open-minded and to embrace life's adventures as part of their spiritual journey. Challenges and growth areas. Emotional intensity versus freedom. One of the key challenges for this individual is balancing Scorpio's emotional intensity and need for control with Sagittarius's desire for freedom and exploration. Scorpio's tendency to hold on to emotional situations may sometimes clash with Sagittarius's need for space and independence, especially in relationships. Learning how to navigate this contrast between intensity and freedom will be essential for personal growth. Transformation versus expansion. While Scorpio rising focuses on deep, internal transformation, Sagittarius rising seeks external expansion and growth. This individual will need to learn how to harmonize their inner desire for emotional mastery with their outer desire to explore the world and gain wisdom. This balance can lead to profound personal and spiritual evolution if they learn to integrate both energies. Control versus optimism. Scorpio rising's tendency to control situations for emotional safety can be in conflict with Sagittarius's naturally optimistic and carefree approach to life. This individual may need to work on letting go of their need to control outcomes and embracing a more open, adventurous mindset as they grow spiritually and emotionally. A person with Scorpio rising in the D1 chart and Sagittarius rising in the D9 chart has a life path that revolves around transformation, emotional depth, and a pursuit of higher knowledge and freedom. Early in life, they will focus on mastering their emotions, navigating crises, and seeking personal power and transformation. As they mature, the D9 Sagittarius rising will encourage them to expand their horizons, embrace freedom, and pursue wisdom through travel, philosophy, and spiritual growth. In relationships, This individual seeks deep emotional connections but also needs space for growth and intellectual exploration. Their marriage or long-term partnerships will likely involve a journey of mutual discovery, where both partners explore new ideas and experiences together. Their career and spiritual life will reflect this balance between inner transformation and outer expansion, as they navigate the emotional intensity of Scorpio with the optimism and openness of Sagittarius.